Well, it's one way to beat the winter blues and make some music. RPM has returned the challenge to make an album by the end of the month. For more on how RPM got its start, we have this story from the CBC's Mike Sims.
So the RPM challenge, record production month challenge. So it's an open challenge to anybody to record an album of music in the month of February. It's free, not just for people who are experienced with music, it's for beginners and for experienced people. It's a DIY community event. It's a personal challenge. Your expectations are set by you. The songs don't need to be written in that month, just so long as you haven't recorded them or released them before. So it's the recording part that is really the heart of it.
The first thing that you'll need to record for the RPM would be a recording interface and a computer, or just a portable recorder, or you could even just use your phone. Some other types of gear that you'd need, your cables of course, and a microphone. Other things that you might want to have while recording would be monitors, so something to hear or play back on, or you can just even have headphones.
I guess I've been in part of 3 or 4 RPMs. Helped out on a couple, just like lending some microphones and stuff like that. And it's just something good to do in the middle of winter. Recording it's something that, everyone's kind of, when you first do it, you're a little intimidated by it. It's a very intimidating process. I'm going to go record myself. Sometimes you don't like to hear yourself talking, no other like hear yourself singing back at you for the first time. So it is a challenge, but a good one at that. Don't get discouraged. Take a break, give your ears a rest, go for a walk, eat some food, come back to it. You might think that you're doing something really good, but when you take the break and you come back and you listen to it, you're like, oh man, it's actually way better than I thought it was.
The internet can be your best friend, so just even looking up easy miking techniques or like how to record and just asking for help from fellow musicians, whether it be your first time doing it or your 7th or 8th time doing it. People are always willing to help, it seems, especially during these challenges.
This is my first year ever doing the RPM Challenge, and I will be joined by my wonderfully talented husband, and we're hoping to write 10 original songs in a month. And so far we've written 1 in my first 42 years, so I think we're pretty lined up to do a whole album in a month. The challenge of writing 10 original songs in a month, it's not a competition, so there's no winning. It's really the challenge of putting a deadline on it. I've never really taken myself seriously as a musician before, and then this summer had this bizarre opportunity to play with Alan Doyle, and it was like surreal out-of-body experience. And then it just kind of gave me like a little nudge of like, well, if he can take me seriously, maybe I should give myself a shot.
Just the community and the culture of Newfoundland and its music, it definitely plays a huge role in why so many people participate in the RPM. Who knows, maybe it's just in our blood, maybe it's just how we all think or something, maybe it's because there's a guitar or an accordion or something kicking around almost any household you go into, that a lot of people are probably just inspired by what's around them and what they hear. There's lots of local musicians that I look up to or listen to their music that have done RPMs that I've really enjoyed in the past. And yeah, it definitely surprises me sometimes of just how good it is, because you do only have a month. But at the same time, there's just so much talent here in St. John's that it shouldn't surprise me,
It started 15 years ago this year. It started in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's a college town, and they had a newspaper there called The Wire. Myself and Brianna Greeno, we were running this paper, and we were looking for inspiring newspapers all around the world to see what was up. And we saw these guys, and then we were like, wow, I think that would work really well here. We had 22 albums that were submitted, and we were like, 22 albums! That's a lot of albums from Newfoundland and Labrador. And it was new music that didn't exist before the beginning of the month. It just blew our minds. And then the next year we had like 46. And then the year after that we had 75. And then it went up and up and up until it's averaging like over 100 albums from Newfoundland and Labrador every single year.